welcome back to Shane's Main Shop. Today we're going to do a test of the Ancel BST600 Automotive Battery System Tester with printer. And I think a lot of people are having trouble with the printer on these things. I'll just show you a couple of key things to watch for so you don't have any trouble. Let's open this thing up and we'll put it through a couple paces. I did already have this open so I could check it out real quick, but it was packaged up pretty nicely. The unit's underneath this box. There's the unit. It does have a pretty good manual with it too. So if you're the kind of person that likes to read the manual, there is plenty of information in here for you. But the tool itself is pretty straightforward. Now this would be really handy if you were a mechanic and somebody came in, wanted to test their battery, and they just want to keep a record of their battery health in all their other files with your automotive stuff. Then this might be a tool you could use. And you can also use this paper printout to show the customer the status of their battery. So I'm going to go ahead and test this battery here without even being hooked to the car. You can see I have the terminals unhooked. Yes, we could pull the protective coating off this. It's going to power up when we hook the terminals up to the battery. So it'll power itself up. You'll see that here in just a second. And there it is. So it's asking you if you're dealing with a 12 volt or 24 volt battery. You can see it says 12.54 volts. I'm going to go ahead and select the 12 volt one. That's where we're at. And we're going to do a battery test. So select, and this is your select button right here. And of course you have your up, down, left, right. We are dealing with just a regular flooded battery. So we'll go up to that one and go ahead and push enter. Now we're going to take a look at the cold cranking amps on this battery, and it is 750. So we will choose cold cranking amps, and then we will change this to 750. Whoops, wrong way. Whoop. There we go. 750 cold cranking amps. And you just use the right and left arrows to cycle through that, and then push enter. And now it says it's testing. Now you see right away this says this battery is good. Its health is 68%. It's reading at 620 cold cranking amps. It's 73% charged. It's not in the best of shape, but it is in a good shape. Now let's say, you want to show your customer that and you want to print this out. I'm going to go ahead and push enter. Right here it says print report, and you can choose yes or no, of course. And we're going to just choose yes and push enter. And then you're going to go ahead and to keep it connected to the vehicle that you're working on, you can put the last four numbers of the VIN. And for us here, we're just going to go ahead and leave it at 1Z00. And then you can see it's printing out the report here. All right, I'm going to take this and tear that off. Set that aside, and then you can see all the information that was on the screen is right here. And you can attach this to the file of the vehicle, and of course the VIN number will help keep it tied to that vehicle. And of course, if the customer doesn't want to get rid of the battery yet or whatever, they're questioning it, you can give them a printout, and that certainly could be helpful as well. Another thing we're going to check is the cranking power. Okay, make sure engine, all loads are in the opposition, which they are. And now it's telling us to start engine, so we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, now I'm going to check the charging system. I shut the engine off. I thought I'd go ahead and show you the printing process again, just to make sure you don't have any trouble. Again, make sure your paper's in there good. You have a little bit let out. Make sure your drum is in there straight. So you want to make sure this is not cocked sideways or anything like that. So once that's in there, you're good to go. And we'll go ahead and push yes. And we're just going to leave that as that, but you can put the last four digits of the zip code, the VIN number. And you can see it's printing no problem at all. And there is the information that was on the screen. This tester, you can test the battery life without the engine running, basically a bench test. You can test the cranking power of the battery, and you can test the charging system of your car to make sure it's charging the battery properly. And after you've done all that, you can print each one of those reports out, so you can keep that with the vehicle records if you want. So yeah, pretty handy little device. Put a link for this down in the description, so if you're interested in picking this up, they were kind enough to send this out to me so I could do this review for you. As far as the printer, to open it up and put new paper in, you're going to reach right here, pull up on this, and then this whole thing will open up. Now the key is to make sure you get your roll in here correctly so it's not going to jam. If this thing is off to the side or not quite sitting in here properly, it can jam up. The other thing you want to do is make sure you take a little bit of this paper and lead it out through here and close your lid. Make sure you don't load the paper upside down, because that could also cause a jam. If this is your roll, it's unrolling in this direction. Drop it in there, pull a little bit of the paper so it leads out, and then you can go ahead and close the lid. And so you want a little bit out there when you start. If you don't start with a little bit out, it could jam in behind there. And if you put the roll the other way, it can also jam trying to feed down inside there. So hopefully this helps you out. And again, this tester does test multiple other things to do with the battery and your charging system. All right, I hope you like this video. Thanks for swinging by Shane's Main Shop. Please like, subscribe, comment, come back often for other videos. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.